Hello everybody, welcome to another flight. I just want to go over something with you guys. I have it here on live weather. I know we have it here in freelancer mode, but you can also do this in employee mode if you want. And what you want to do is use the filters. You can reset the filters here, filters again. For anybody who's having trouble flying or having trouble landing in career mode, try this. Putting filters to 1 star, then pick the plane you want to fly. For me, I want it to be the Cirrus Vision Jet G2. This is in freelancer mode, so you'd have to have the airplane, obviously. Then it'll come up whatever you have. Now I've already looked at something here. Here's a very short flight, only 45 minutes, and it's 182,000, as opposed to something over here, which is only 172,000, and there's one over here. It's only 169,000. So take this one. It's the KACB. Then you want to check the arrival airport. So that's KACB. That's right over here. Let's look at it. Make sure it's a big enough airport. If you're flying anything bigger than a prop plane. So that's a big enough runway. Big enough airport, big enough runway. There's a 40-minute flight here too, but it's only 130,000. So here's we found it again. Get the most money, plus the bonuses, you get a lot of money. It's a very short flight. So you can do it in a reasonable time, and you can make a lot of money very quickly. And you can fly the plane you want to fly. Anyway, let's go ahead and pick this and jump in. I'm going to go ahead and look at the flight plan. It's already put in. Don't worry about departure procedure. Let's only worry about approach procedure. Let's change it. Okay, it's only VFR. That's not good. Change it to straight auto, just so we have a reference. But I think I'll change that flight plan. I'm going to make it VFR. I'm going to change that flight plan once I get in the aircraft, because then I'll have more options on the onboard flight computer suite. Let's leave this like this. Let's make this 25,000. Two things like to do. Start stopwatch, so we can speed up and slow down the sim rate, and then make sure we're in real time. This is a VFR flight. No, it's a VFR to ILFR to IFR. Since you can see that here barely. Since that's the case, we're going to go ahead and switch it to IFR. We'll come back here. We're going to send to ATC and avionics. Let's go ahead and accept mission here. Alternate Q. And that will complete all our mission steps. Let's press Alt Q. I'll take off everything for us. I have a Radeon RX 6950 XT. I have 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I'm using a Ryzen 5 7600X, and I have 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6200 CL32 RAM, and I just wanted to show you this. Get rid of these puppies. Request boarding.
Pleased to welcome you aboard, ladies and gents.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Let's go and start the airplane. Batteries 1 and 2, generators 1 and 2, shift 6. Turn the engine on to run. Listen for the fuel pump, engine start. Shift 2. Make sure everything rises up in the green. Looking for a hot start or a hung start. I've had those happen before as far as a hung start. Let's go ahead and set up takeoff flaps here. Confirm fuel. Go straight to the flight plan. And I'm going to go through procedures. Approach. And I want to pick, here we have an RNAV here. Key no, it says reversal. So to see what this looks like, let's click here to approach options preview. Show on map. It'll show it up here. I think that'll work. I think tugs would be better. So we're just going to click load. And over here for the white en route waypoint done. That way everything's blue. And we have an RNAV now. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the RNAV. Okay, I'm going to turn master oxygen, fresh air, and probe heat, even though normally you wouldn't turn on probe heat till just before takeoff. The temperature is -7, so I'm going to turn on engine anti-ice. And we have clouds. We can turn on the wing stabilizer and windshield ice protection as well. Since it's an RNAV approach, we need to note that's going to be 1,360. Round that up to about 1,400, or round it down to 1,300. That's going to be our VNAV, vertical navigation. We'll need to know this number to set it up at flight altitude. Once we reach flight altitude, we'll set up this number as our vertical navigation to come back down just in time to intercept the glide path. So just look at this altitude just before the runway. So we'll keep note of that. I'm going to skip to, takeoff flaps enabled. I'm going to skip to takeoff. Go ahead and set up our autopilot. Can't remember what I set up here. 25,000. 25,000 is enabled. Click flight level change. Flight director is enabled. And the heading bug, little blue dot, and line up with the GPS line. Then just heading mode. Heading mode is active. Flight level change active. Altitude set is activated. On standby. Let's announce takeoff. Take a parking brake. Let's roll out.
Traffic. November tree 29er. Taking off runway tree. Straight out departure.
4 passengers.
Ladies and gents, welcome on board this
Full throttle. Takeoff speed enabled. Everything looks good in the green. Airspeed's alive. 85 knots will be our takeoff speed. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. I'm going to go ahead and set autopilot. Then I'm going to tweak the heading bug here to line up with the GPS line. You can see that here. You want to line it up with this. If I right click heading bug, you can see that blue line is going to the GPS line. Then click navigation mode. GPS is on standby. As we get close enough to the GPS line, it'll switch over from heading mode to GPS line. And if we're close enough, it's switched over automatically. That will take us to the airport. We never put flaps up. That's okay because we're on climb speed. That's why we're restricted to only 190 knots. So you have to be below 190 knots for 1 notch flaps. So we got lucky there. Put flaps up. And flaps sharp. And we're climbing at a more considerable rate. We'll see what flight altitude. Since we have some clouds here, I'm just going to shortly enable ice protection, stabilizer, and wing ice protection. See a flight altitude. We're coming up with flight altitude, but since this is blinking right here, it means we need to reset the barometric pressure. Right click on it. Standard barometric pressure is a procedure you need to follow when you're above 10 or 13,000 feet. Not sure which one it is. Okay, we've reached flight altitude. Let's go ahead and set up our vertical navigation. Come back down. Click over here just before the runway here. We need to be at 13. I'm going to set it for about 1300 exactly. 1300 is set. Click vertical navigation mode. Now we can look over here, make sure we have a top of descent. Scrolling out. And indeed we do have a top of descent. You can see it here barely. See you at top of descent.
Vertical track.
You heard that with vertical track. We're coming up on our top of descent. So you're going to hear vertical track when you're in a Cirrus Vision Jet. All you want to do is just slow down your speed a little bit. Make sure you don't overspeed. Since we'll be coming down, we'll be gaining speed. And this should take us all the way down, stopping at all the flight restrictions on the way down, such as 5,300 at Tugs, 2,700 at Kino, 2,600 at Vav up, and 2,300 at Hater, 1,300 at Mazda. Instead of Mazda, it's Mazda. Go away point names. See, path has been enabled. We're starting to come down. And here we have it programmed 1,300 feet with a flight restriction of 2,700 on the way. Since I'll be going down into the clouds, once again, engine anti-ice, always have that on when it's below freezing. And then you want your wing stabilizer and windshield ice protection on. It's asking me to climb and maintain 250, so I'm going to cancel IFR. I have no ability to cancel IFR right now. I'm just going to keep coming down. Might get dinged for this, but I'm just going to ignore ATC. So here's a problem. It's not telling me to decrease altitude or anything. And since it's not going to do that, won't allow me to cancel IFR. We have to come down.
329er, descend and maintain 2,600.
Finally. Okay, since we're way too far up, we won't be able to get down in time to 2,600. What I'm going to go ahead and do, click approach again, click activate approach, and it's going to take me back. You can see here, we're going to turn around and go back. and that'll give me time to get down in altitude. I'll go ahead and click vertical navigation, and I'll put 1,300 instead. You see we're still going down around in the circle. I'll go ahead and click approach mode. Glide path is on standby. Once we've passed the next waypoint, once we get past the next waypoint, I'll go ahead and put gear down and put in 1 notch flaps. We need to be below 190 knots for 1 notch flaps. See them once again in vertical navigation mode, 1,300. I did that once I went back and started the approach over again, since I was at too high of an altitude. And I just put in 1,300 and put in VNAV again. I'll put down landing gear now. Need to be below 210 knots, put down the landing gear. So it says here. Gear down. Okay, we're below 190 knots. I'll put 1 notch flaps in. Be on your keyboard. Not sure what it is for PS5. You keep it at half throttle. I'm handling the throttle manually. Flaps 1. Put in full flaps. You need to be at 150 knots. Below 150 knots. We'll wait a little bit until we get close to the airport. Okay, we have a problem. We're too high up. Glide path is way down. I don't know why. Let's try turning this off. Try turning that on. It won't come down. I'll put in second notch flaps. We have ice flaps. Don't worry about that. Still have the autopilot on. Took the speed out a little bit, just to a lower speed. See if we can get down in time to intercept the glide slope. I don't think the glide path. I don't think we're going to.
500.
500. I'm going to take out autopilot. Oh, pick up my flight speed a little bit. I want to come back down. Just control speed manually. I think the glide path is a little off anyway. Yes, the glide path is a little bit too low. Need to take out my speed a little bit more. Okay, my throttle didn't react right there. That's why I was still picking up speed. This won't let me come down no matter what I do. I took the speed all the way out. I'm just gliding in right now. Control my speed as need be. Everything looks good right now. The one good thing is at least the winds are calm. I have no crosswinds. That is very rare. Okay, I was supposed to land on this runway for some very reason. That's a bug in the game. No fault of our own. We're going to get dinged big time. Everything went wrong in this flight. Let's see what happens. Turn everything off except the batteries. Shift 6, engine up to off, engine stop. I like to make sure I'm in real time while I'm doing this. I am. Clean up flaps. Need to bind a key to fill up fuel. I have done that, so I'm going to fill up my fuel. Since it's my own personal aircraft, that way I don't have to put jet fuel. Turn off batteries 1 and 2 to make sure I'm in real time. Doesn't matter. I'm designated landing area. We're going to take big time for that. Yep. Barely got S tier thanks to that. Otherwise, we did pretty good. See, we got paid. Okay, not bad. Some nice change. Okay, if you like that, think about giving a like. Think about subscribing. I need all the help I can get. But if not, it's all good. It's all love. See you in the next one. Take care.